Welcome to the Virtual Strategic Solutions Virtual Reality Simulation System. Accessing Legacy Dataset. Files loaded. Simulation ready. Before they were the Marked Men, they were soldiers of the new California Republic Special Forces and Legion Frumentarii stationed in the area that would become the Divide. When the courier's delivery of the Navarro package caused underground nuclear warheads to detonate and cause massive devastation, it created a veil of perpetual storms that kick up winds so strong the flesh was torn from their bodies, exposing the raw muscle, while the intense radiation caused them to undergo a type of ghoulification. Unable to die to radiation, it instead kept them alive, trapped in a state of constant excruciating pain from the winds flaying them of their skin. Rumors of the Marked Men and the hellish place they call home spread throughout the West Coast, similar to the legends of the Sierra Madre, the Burned Man, and the Big Empty. Driven mad by the pain they experienced, the Marked Men lashed out at anyone other than themselves, having found a common enemy in the Divide. Though they sometimes attacked and killed one another, apparently for sport, their shared pain had overpowered any animosity between the NCR and the Legion. They were known to make camps near silos and warheads to take advantage of the healing effects of radiation. Those of the Marked Men who once followed Caesar have cobbled together several different crude versions of Legate Lanius's helmet, thought to be an attempt to anchor their identities and remember some of their past. The former NCR soldiers, on the other hand, stuck to their guns and explosives. Even as ghouls, they cannot forget the lessons instilled in them by their army training. Whatever remains of the armor they wore on the day they were turned over time, the Marked Men have tried to patch it together with pieces of the Divide, like road signs, license plates, and other scrap metal. A Marked Man is identified as a unique subtype of ghoul, with a fiery red tone due to their brutal environment. Ghoulification made their flesh weak and fragile, but it was the storms that stripped their skin off, leaving behind only the raw muscle underneath. It's speculated that the radiation of the Divide may be the only thing keeping them alive. They congregate in squads and small camps of around 4 Marked Men, often led by particularly strong cases, who have taken on a new name to exemplify their strength. Marked Men level with the player character, have a high amount of health for humanoid opponents, and are moderately protected by the tattered armor they wear, albeit far less compared to the properly maintained regular versions of their armor. In terms of health and armor, the Marked Men are evenly matched to the Whitelegs tribals of Zion Canyon and the lobotomites of the Big MT. They carry a variety of powerful melee and ranged weapons, and at higher levels, above level 40, have the unique attribute of being the only faction that almost universally uses non-standard ammunition for their weapons, that is slugs and armor-piercing rounds, increasing their combat proficiency against well-protected targets. Additionally, many Marked Men make simultaneous use of both firearms and grenades. At times, they can be found using stealth boys, making them harder to detect. When near sources of radiation, they regenerate health rapidly, even more so than ordinary ghouls. However, they tend to be few in numbers, and it is rare to find more than a dozen in any particular location, though a high-level courier will still face a challenge. Marked Men hunters appear to be former NCR troopers, equipped with powerful ranged weapons. They may carry guns like trail carbines, assault carbines, or sniper rifles at lower levels, level 1 to level 30, and anti-material rifles, brush guns, or marksman carbines at higher levels, level 30 or above. For energy weapons, they may be seen carrying arc welders, tri-beam laser rifles, or multiplas rifles. Most of them are found wearing ruined NCR trooper armor, now known as the Marked Trooper armor, while some of them may be wearing Legion armor, called the Marked Scout armor. Marked Men marauders are higher-ranking Marked Men that were once NCR Rangers. They carry missile launchers and light machine guns at lower levels, below level 30, miniguns, heavy incinerators, Gatling lasers and plasma casters at higher levels, above level 30, and shoulder-mounted machine guns at all levels. They wear either Marked Tribal armor or Marked Patrol armor. Marked Men Ravagers carry the Blade of the West, as well as fire axes and shish kebabs at lower levels, below level 30. At higher levels, above level 30, They carry sledgehammers, super sledges, and thermic lances. They also carry and use incendiary grenades. Most Ravagers wear marked scout armor and sometimes marked trooper armor. Marked men scouts are equipped with both firearms and frag grenades. They generally carry either pistols, one-handed submachine guns, or shotguns. They are equipped with flare guns and plasma defenders at all levels, and 12.7mm pistols, hunting shotguns and hunting revolvers at lower levels, below level 30, as well as 12.7mm submachine guns and riot shotguns at higher levels, above level 30. They usually wear marked scout armor. Some of them can be found wearing marked trooper armor. Irradiated heavy troopers are the ghoulified remnants of NCR heavy troopers stationed at the Long 15 outpost. After the courier launched the nuclear missiles from the divide at the outpost, the radiation left behind turned them into ghouls, leaving them hostile to all others. They look like regular NCR heavy troopers, with the added ability of regenerating health while irradiated. Irradiated Legion explorers are the ghoulified remnants of Legion explorers that have been irradiated from the missile launched by the courier. They are found in dry wells. One irradiated legionary prime can be found in dry wells. He is the ghoulified remnant of a prime legionary that has been irradiated from the missile launched by the courier. Irradiated legionary veterans are the ghoulified remnants of veteran legionaries that have been irradiated from the missile launched by the courier. 3 are found in dry wells. Blister is a hunter residing within the marked men base. He is with a group that will ambush the courier upon detonating the warhead blocking the entrance. His health and combat skills are higher than those of a normal marked man. As befitting his name, he fights using a flamer, raining blistering heat upon his enemies. Beast is a marauder residing in a small camp east of the high road entrance. His health and combat skills are higher than those of a normal marked man and are on par with those of a companion. His armor and mask are a crude imitation of Legate Lanius's armor, and he wields a shoulder-mounted machine gun. Bonesaw is a Ravager, located slightly southeast of the Ashton Silo control station, around a small building. Fitting his name, he carries around a chainsaw for melee combat. Bonesaw moves 30% faster than a normal non-player character and has the Ruthless perk, which grants him a 25-point bonus to melee damage. Blade is a scout residing near the entrance to Ulysses' temple in the Divide. True to his name, he's a sword fighter whose primary weapon is the Blade of the West, although he initially attacks the courier from a distance by throwing plasma grenades. Blade moves 15% faster than a normal non-player character and deals 25 extra points of melee damage per hit. He also uses a stealth boy, allowing him to get into close melee range without being noticed and preventing him from being targeted using VATS. Gaius Magnus is a centurion who wears the unique armor of the 87th tribe. He is in dry wells with some of his legionaries, who become marked men after the courier sends an atomic strike to the area. Colonel Royes is in charge of the NCR camp on the Long 15, managing supplies between California and the Mojave outpost. At some point, Royes came to possess the unique Scorched Sierra power armor, decorated with a taxidermized bear head and various ornamental pieces, and unlike most suits of NCR salvaged power armor, retained the joint servos to function like standard power armor. If the courier chooses to launch the nuclear weapons at NCR territory from Ulysses' temple, he and his unit are transformed by the radiation into marked men and can be fought and killed after going through the gate to Long 15. Simulation completed. Please exit the pod or have a technician select another file.